Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drowning in Pools podcast. Today, as always, we have Derek and Urban Buddha or Deshaun with us.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing today?
Pretty good.
Right.
I got myself a cup of hot cocoa, and that's about the best I could ask for.
Ooh, I could probably mess with that later.
I just downed myself a frappuccino coffee thingamajig.
Gross.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
From Starbucks or like a different...
It was one of the ones you get from the gas station, Starbucks, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought you were going to say like McDonald's or something.
Oh, God, that would be even worse.
McDonald's ones are just sugar, and I love them.
The only ones at McDonald's I've ever liked were the Oreo ones. The Oreo Frappuccinos, because that was literally just a dessert. It was just like coffee ice cream kind of blended together into like a frothy mess.
Yeah. I love the sugar stuff.
I love sugar stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of coffee in general.
I'm not a big fan of sugar stuff. I like my what is salty and like cheese. I forget the term for it.
There's a term for salt and cheese?
Well, savory. Savory, there we go. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it's escaping my brain.
I got you, fam.
Yeah, appreciate it. So, how's your weeks this week, Deshaun?
Did I even do anything this week?
Did you even do anything this week?
Were
you alive this week?
We played another game of D&D. It was alright. We mostly just sat in... we met up with some merchants and fucked around and killed some pirates, and then we sat in the town for like 2 hours and bought stuff.
Gotcha. That happens.
And then I got back into Dark Souls 3.
Nice.
Because I want to stream it, but I actually want to make sure I'm competent in it before I start streaming it.
Nah, just expose yourself on the stream.
You should just do what I do, which with Bloodborne, which is like, fuck it, I should probably play Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne, I can just do that because I'm more proficient in Bloodborne. I'm better at that than I am.
Don't worry. All of us are better than you at Bloodborne, Derek.
Rip.
But that's about it. I didn't really do much else. I basically vegged out, and I got back into watching Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason.
Again?
I keep falling out and coming back in, falling out. But I'm at the Atlantis stuff now with the Leviathan and all that shit. Which I actually think... What was that?
I was going to say at least...
Orichalcus.
Yeah. Orichalcus? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's at. I was going
to say... Actually really like the story arc because it's stuff happens in it that is actually cool stuff for the characters. Like, it's not just, I don't know, nothing like what usually happens.
There's an actual like story progression, it seems like.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's filler, but it's like a decently written story.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I was gonna say, at least you're not falling into the same trap that I do, whereas I will watch like 40 episodes, forget what happened in the last 10, and then have to go like rewatch a bunch.
Dude, even if I forget what happens in an episode, I just move on to the next episode.
I mean, I guess it is Yu-Gi-Oh, so there's not like...
yeah, it's not that deep. I'm not stressing out about missing a couple plot details, you know?
Yeah.
With how Yu-Gi-Oh is, the series will remind me, you know? Yep. I've noticed like a bunch of these episodes, when they aren't dueling, they're either flashing back to times they were dueling, or they're telling you what the story is now. So.
I mean, that's what I need to do with One Piece, because every episode of One Piece literally just tells you what happened.
They do, yeah, and like, and in the manga where you don't really have like flashbacks like that, they literally just talk about old characters or whatever, or old characters will show up and be like, "Hey, remember when we did this?"
Yeah, because I'm like 700.
Shanks comes out of nowhere.
I'm like 700 something episodes in, and I'm just like, "Oh man, what happened in the last 50 episodes?" The last 50 episode was all Della Rosa stuff, but yeah, I just need to get caught up.
I mean, you could just start anywhere at this point. Don't even fucking worry about it. Just start at any island and then just go from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I did.
Alrighty. Well, that was a nice short week. Not too bad. Hey, Derek, what'd you do?
Mostly just worked a lot. I went on a couple dates, played some Dragon Ball.
Ooh, how'd those go?
The dates went really well.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have another one this Sunday, and one with another girl that we haven't quite set up yet.
Okay.
And nice. Changed up my team in Dragon Ball. I'm trying to pick up Cell and Base Goku.
I was trying to use Self for a long time, but I just couldn't make him work.
Yeah, it's I'm getting there. It's getting there. And
is he still broken?
No,
he
not even
he got
close.
nerfed.
Okay.
Yeah, he got nerfed.
Well, he's a lot like Riven now, where he's very high skill cap, and if you're good with him, he can be like oppressive. But if you're not, then it's like whatever.
Yeah, because I remember he used to lay down the pressure really fucking hard, and it was almost impossible to get in on him.
Yeah, it's still kind of like that, but his damage isn't as insane.
Okay.
And I was playing online this week, and I got 3-0'd by somebody who was lower ranked than me. And I was just like, oh, whatever, he knows his team better, he's a better player, whatever. And he sent me this, like, fucking, like, 4 messages on PlayStation Network, just berating the shit out of me. And I showed Kaz, and I showed one of the gals I was dating, and it was just like, we all had, like, an insanely good laugh.
It was like reverse scrub quotes almost.
I was about to say, like, is this dude gonna end up on scrub quotes?
Like,
I guess he can't because he won.
Yeah, no, like it wasn't that he was bad or like a scrub at the game. It was the opposite, but it was like the dumbest stuff ever.
Well, it's like, to put this in context, right? So he was like 480,000 BP, which is Supreme Kai, and I was like 580,000, which is like close to Super Saiyan 3. And I had like 700 games with like 310 or 315 wins, so like I had like a 40-something% win rate. He had 6,000 games and 1,800 wins, which is like
Jesus.
Yeah, or maybe it was 5,000, but like it was very much below a 50% win rate.
Yeah, that was like it's a 1/3 or like.
Yeah, and he was flaming the shit out of me because I was higher BP, and he's like, and I'm just like, dude, if you were that much better at the game, like you obviously know your team, how are you getting beat?
So like what I'm guessing is that he is one of the flowchart players who can adapt. He just can't do it. So he goes and does his thing, and then every time he doesn't get his specific setups and stuff like that, he just gets blown out in the corner.
Yeah, I was kind of noticing that because like one time I hit him with the 2H because it was also not a very, but like a kind of spotty connection. It said 1 frame, but it would jump to like 20.
Gotcha.
And the one time I got one of his characters, the 2H, I just completely shit on, like, I happy birthdayed his team, essentially.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I got him down to his last character, and then a super dash crashed me up, and I died. But it was just like, oh, it was great.
Yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I've mostly just been playing League and watching LCS, and that's about it.
I gotcha.
How about you, Cameron?
Oh, I did do something else actually.
Never mind.
I caught up on Mob Psycho 100 season 2.
I need to watch.
Watching
the whole
that.
season.
So I don't know what your favorite anime is, but it's garbage. Mob Psycho is the best shit ever. It's probably one of the best shows I've watched in a long ass time.
So is that there's a GIF of them doing a handshake. Is that in the show or is that fan made?
The handshake.
Yeah.
I might have to see the GIF because I don't really remember a handshake or anything.
I believe it's fan made, but it was just animated in the same style, and it was the orange dude and the short black,
Reagan.
Yeah, short black haired main character dude.
Yeah, Reagan and Mob. Yeah.
It's an epic handshake that is absolutely hilarious to watch. But I'm pretty sure it's fan made.
You'll have to send it to me so I can tell you for sure.
Yeah, I'll also put it in the podcast at this time. Yep. All right. But so what did I do this week? I played a bunch of Apex. I played a bunch of Blaze Blue.
Cross tag or
no,
or like
fuck,
the other one.
Fuck BB tag. Fuck that game.
Why? Wait, is it not a good game?
No.
It
is a great game. I do not like the system at all.
Okay.
I don't like that the buttons got shrunk down to 2 buttons. It's not really a 2-button fighter. It's a 4-button fighter, but only 2 buttons do your main attacks, and then you have like 2 specific special buttons. From what I've been told and from what I've been finding out. I don't own the game, so I don't actually put any lab time into it, so I can't learn the systems. So I watched...
But fuck the systems, though.
But fuck the systems, because I've watched a bunch of shit. On BB Tag, but no one actually goes in detail on the breakdown for Oh god, I hit my mic trying to make sure my screens don't fall asleep. No one goes on the break and breaks down what each system does in like normal gameplay, because why would you do that? If you're watching this video, you shouldn't be looking for like the breakdown of all the systems. Because I'm not looking at like how do you play this game. It's just, hey, here's these combos and stuff. So I don't understand how they're doing certain things, but I know they're possible. So when I go and play the game, I'm just trying to figure out all this shit while I'm getting like 80 hit comboed because I don't know how to red tag.
Man, it's almost like playing you in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, but that's different. Okay, no, it's really not. It's really
literally
not
the same thing.
But like the difference is, for in my mindset at least, is that there is no breakaway in that game, but there is a breakaway. Like there's an option that I don't know, rather than there just isn't an option. So that's the difference, in my opinion.
Sure. Okay.
It's because since there is an option and I don't know how to do it, I'm losing, rather than there is no option and I'm still losing. And that's what irritates me with that system.
I haven't put any time into that game. I basically bought it because it looks fucking awesome, and then played it with my roommate a couple of times and haven't touched it since. Maybe I should pick it back up.
I've never even seen it on a screen.
But other than my like upsets with it, it is actually a really solid game.
The other thing too is it has Ruby characters and Persona characters. Like fuck all the Blaze Blue characters. Those are the two that I wanted.
So, I just like my punch people, and it's absolutely
you should be
awesome.
playing Yang then, and probably Chie.
So I was playing Yang and not Chie. No, God no. I was playing Yang and what's his name? Starts with an A in Persona.
Oh, it's
Akihiko.
Akihiko.
Yeah.
That's what I was playing. But they're putting Naoto in it from Blaze Blue. So
I saw that.
So I'm like, I might just pick the game up just so I can play Yang and Naoto.
Yeah, I like playing Ruby and Weiss as a combo.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I do know something about that game. The Can't Escape from Crossing Fates meme.
Oh. Can't escape from Crossing Fate.
I literally made a green screen version of that just so I could put it on anything.
That's awesome. You should send me that because I want to use
I
that.
will.
But yeah. So that I've been playing a bunch of Blaze Blue, and man, oh man, do I fucking love that game. I play Tsubaki, and I've just been like, I play Tsubaki and Naoto, but I've just been putting time into Tsubaki, and man, oh man, her corner pressure is so much fun to do. Because there's almost, if you have meter, it is a infinite block string that you just wait until you hit someone with a mix up. So it's just constant mix ups over and over, and it is thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah. Of course, Cameron likes the thing that's just unending and ruins everybody's day.
I mean, you gotta ruin somebody's day.
Yeah, I guess.
But no, there's also a character known as Mai who just has priority. It is priority the character she has. I just don't know how to beat her properly yet. Like I go about 50-50 with the person I play with who plays her.
So I think what you do is you look over at them when they pick their character, punch them in the face, and disconnect their controller.
Yeah. Smack their controller out of their hand.
mean, that's why you bring knives to arcades, right?
Right, yeah.
I've been shanked once, dude. I don't need another one, thank you.
Ooh.
So I played Blaze Blue. Let me hear about this shanking story. We're not gonna pass over that.
It wasn't much of a story, honestly. It's just like back in my hometown, I got jumped a lot, and because I got into like this argument in 7th grade with these guys, and for the life of me, they just would not leave me alone. And one of their friends lived near me, and so every time, not like every time, but like a lot of times when I went outside, they would like jump me and like want to fight and stuff. And one time, and after a while, because like I know Taekwondo and they were retarded, like they started bringing weapons. So I've gotten attacked with like bats and pipes and shit. And one time, a dude brought a knife and he stabbed me in the side, and I was like, "That fucking hurt." And so I beat the shit out of him, went home, stitched it up because it wasn't that deep. It was like a pocket knife, so it was like less than an inch or two into my side. And then, yeah, I mean, that's like basically the story. And then, I mean, the same thing happened, but they brought a 22 pistol, and I got shot by that, and that fucking hurt.
Are you sure you're not a Streets of Rage character?
I was literally about to say, are you fucking living in the Yakuza world, Kamurocho, fighting random dudes in the street?
No, they're not random, man. They keep popping up.
I mean, they're not random, but that's what I'm saying.
They're a recurring boss battle.
I think Streets of Rage might be your place to go.
Yeah, no, like I mean, it's whatever. They don't bother me anymore.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
My parents still don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, hopefully they don't listen to this podcast.
No, they don't, dude.
I wouldn't think so.
Anyway. Yeah, nobody listens to this podcast.
I listen to it.
There's a good couple people who listen to it.
Yeah, you and me.
Well, I mean, no, we're getting like 8 views.
I'll just keep hitting F5. Don't worry.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Alrighty, shall we move on to the main topic? This motherfucker.
Well, let's talk about the Pokemon Direct.
Oh wait, hold on a second. My week wasn't over.
Oh God, Cameron!
You can't just ask me to tell a story and your week not be over. Come on.
That's not how shit works. Like, all right, you said something during. I'm not gonna just like, oh yeah, that's my week. That's just all right.
Hey man, we could have just glossed over the rest of your week and gone right into the interesting story that you had to tell.
No, we did, and then we slowly rolled it back.
No.
All right,
No. Glossing over means we're done.
What was the rest of your week like?
You know what? We're not even going to go to it now. Hey, how's Pokemon?
Hey, I guess I won. That's fine. So I saw the Pokemon Direct. Derek, you also saw the Pokemon Direct, right?
I did.
What'd you think?
It looks really cool. I'm not super excited about the new starters, but the actual like land region looks interesting. I thought it was actually a Johto remake on the Switch, but it looks a little bit more like...
It's supposed to be like the UK, like it's supposed to be in England or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of is the very first Valkyria Chronicles. That's what it looks like to me.
It does look like that actually. Now I think about it. But yeah, I'm not really feeling the starters right now either. They all kind of look, I don't know, like variations of the same thing. They're all a little too round.
Yeah.
Who are the starters?
I gotta see the... I don't remember their names.
Okay.
It was like...
I think
the fire one is a rabbit, and then the other two are like animals I can't really recognize.
I think the leaf one was a toad, and his name was like Grookey or something.
Yeah.
And the water one I don't remember because it looked lame as fuck. And
it was like Sobble or something.
It's a lizard.
Cries. Yeah.
When was the last good water starter?
Swampert.
Generation 3?
No, I mean like that's the one I immediately go to. I don't know if it's the last one though.
What was that otter one that turned into a samurai?
That one was pretty cool. Yeah. You're
Wait,
right.
otter one that turned into a what?
Yeah, it's like samurai or something like that. Yeah, like its final evolution is a samurai. It has like this weird shell on its back, and it pulls off its arms and like pulls a sword out. But I can't remember what it's called. Yeah.
What the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? What is this from? This has to be from one of the games I never played.
I believe Black.
That's why I didn't play Black and White or X and Z or X and Y.
Yeah, so that one was pretty cool. I actually can't really remember. For Alligator's pretty cool, but I guess that was
Gen 2.
Yeah. That's why I was asking, because that's the last one that I know that was cool.
What were I don't even remember the Generation 4.
It was... I know the water one was Prinplup. It was Empoleon.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because that was the coolest fucking thing I'd ever seen.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
And then I think it was like... Was Infernape part of that group?
I believe so, yeah. And Tortuga was the other one.
That's a cool name. I don't know what it looks like, but that's a cool name.
Torterra.
It's like a big giant Torterra. It's like a big giant land turtle. It's like has like trees on its back and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. And Infernape. Yeah. I don't know. The only one I liked out of that Gen 4 was Empoleon, because it just looks so fucking awesome. Admittedly, the first one was cute and the middle one sucked.
Since Generation 4 was like, that was like when they introduced Lucario and shit, right? So when I got Lucario, I basically just stopped using those Pokemon, the starter Pokemon.
Yeah, I think you got a Riolu first, though.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I would just treat him like he was my starter, and I would just train him up and let him be the guy that fights all the whatevers, the gyms.
Yeah. I always base whether I'm going to get a Pokemon game on how badass the starter Pokemon ends up looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for this new one. I want to see what their final evolutions look like.
Yo,
Yeah.
can I get a hell yeah for Typhlosion?
Hell yeah.
Typhlosion was the shit. Yeah, that was my dude when I was a kid.
Same.
Actually, who was the grass type in that? I wish
Meganium is the final form.
It starts with a C.
Oh yeah.
Chikorita.
Chikorita.
Yep.
Yeah. Bayleaf is probably my favorite non-evolution non-fully evolution Pokemon. It is just so good looking.
Mine is Quilava.
Really?
Who's mine? I don't know what my favorite mid-evolution Pokemon is.
That or probably Poliwhirl or Poliwhirl is probably another one.
Yeah, I think Bayleaf is mine. I don't know. I think she was one of the first Pokemon you get in Pokemon Coliseum. So.
Oh yeah.
So I always just had like she looked really good in the 3D, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty. I want that on my team.
So on a 1 to 10, how excited are you guys for this Pokemon game?
I mean, do you want like my life 1 to 10 or like my Pokemon 1 to 10?
I don't know what the difference is.
About 7 digits.
Which one do you think is more relevant to the thing?
Probably my Pokemon 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I think on my Pokemon 1 to 10, this is like an 8 because like I'm excited to see what it is, and like I'm probably gonna buy it regardless. Yeah. And like I can go without food for a couple of weeks if that's what it means. But like I don't know how.
Right, so are you gonna like get like both versions?
Oh fuck no.
I'll probably do that if I get this.
I mean, but maybe if like Keon gets a Switch, we can play both. But like that's probably not gonna happen. So, but I don't do the both versions thing for like any game except for one time when my parents. This is gonna sound like I'm bagging my parents, but they did it out of love. They fucked up my birthday present and gave me both Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby when I wanted one of those, and then also one of like X and Y. I think was the most recent one.
You got both copies of the best game in the series, I think. So
I mean, I'm not saying that it was like it was just like a funny mishap that happened, right? So that's like the only game that I have both versions of.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably at like a 6 for this. I gotta see more, definitely.
Gotcha.
The game looked like the designs aren't really getting me, and the game looks a little linear right now. So I want to see more. I need to see maybe like one more trailer, and I'll be good.
From what I've been hearing is that the creation of Pokemon is starting to go back towards creatures and animals rather than
inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Like a pile of garbage or a sword.
Or like a chandelier or
a lamp, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I thought what is the Pokemon, the Chandelier Pokemon's name?
Chandelier. Oh.
Chandelure. Like, she was in Pokemon Tournament, right? Pretty sure?
Yes.
Yeah, for some reason.
I don't know why. It made
like,
no
honestly,
sense.
I thought the design of her, as far as like an inanimate object it goes, was like pretty cool. Out of everything, that you can make like into a Pokemon, I think a Chandelier is like a pretty good choice. I think it's like the random objects that suck.
It's very it's very Beauty and the Beast, making just random shit into living creatures.
Yeah.
Especially like Chandelure.
But like I like that it's not.
I like that they made like a sword into a Pokemon, I guess.
Yeah, I like that it's not something you'd see in your house.
Yeah.
Most people don't have like an insanely nice chandelier or a sword in their house.
Yeah.
Like if it was like fucking, if it was a fucking desk or something, then I'd be like, well, like the pile of trash one, I don't like.
The Garbodor, yeah.
Like,
is that like an evolution of Muck? Because that's all Muck was.
No, it's just a pile of garbage.
No,
because I think it's literally like it's a pile of garbage that came to life.
Yeah.
And then it can evolve.
Come on, dude! I already played League of Legends. I don't need to see more of this. But, no, like I like the stuff there where it's like it's something that exists in the real world, but you don't see it constantly.
Yeah.
I can see that. Or like, I can see that. That's probably the best way to say it.
Or like Rotom. I think Rotom's a cool Pokemon.
Oh, where it's just like electricity?
Yeah, and then it inhabits different things. Like I think that's a cool way to introduce.
That is pretty cool.
Different versions, but also just have like the same idea of a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So shall we get to our main topic?
Yeah, we're like halfway into this fucking podcast.
Well, I mean, the podcast does not have to be an hour. It can go over an hour, Derek.
I'm just saying. It's been long enough.
I mean, yeah. People aren't going to be... I know when I watch a podcast, I'm usually in for about an hour, and I'm checking out and doing something else.
I know when I watch a podcast, I just put it on and it goes until it ends.
Well, good for you, Cameron.
I know.
Okay.
All right. So today's topic is going to be our favorite types of games and our favorite type of play style in fighters.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted to ask earlier, but I forgot to.
What our topic
Well, because
was?
you said you told me the topic, but you said just favorite type of fighters. So I was confused as to whether it was favorite type of character or favorite type of fighter game.
So yeah, he told me like favorite like fighting styles and games. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna think about like capoeira and boxing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's been on my mind.
So like favorite types of fighting game, like fighting styles in games, and then favorite type of games.
Okay. That makes things a lot easier to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good topic. So, I guess I'll go ahead and start. So my favorite type of fighting style in games is typically like for fighting is just boxing. I love boxing characters.
Mm-hmm.
All different types of boxing. I just love watching them implement them. Like the difference between Boxer and Dudley, aka Bison and Dudley.
Yeah, like finesse and
Yeah.
finesse versus just barreling through a motherfucker.
Yeah. It's just fun to watch the differences between those two types because there's so many small variabilities in those styles. And then the other...
I gotta say, as far as for boxers, the best boxer to me is Steve Fox. The dude's got everything.
Yes.
And he dirty boxes.
Steve Fox is pretty great. He even has a flicker stance, which is...
Yeah, it's the fucking shit.
Great.
He even does he even has a Dempsey roll.
Does he really?
Yeah, it only lasts for like a second if you don't do anything, but it's there. It's fucking awesome.
Nice.
I guess I have training in Taekwondo. So, but I like...
Oh, go ahead. I got excited about Hwoarang. It's my main in Tekken.
Oh, God. No, I like... I guess I like fighting styles that are just, like, flashy. Because, like,
yeah.
I've been in enough fights in my life where I don't really want to see stuff I can do IRL, you know?
That makes sense.
I want to see stuff that, like, you have to teleport fucking 50 feet or, like, you punch their heart out or, you know, whatever. I want to see something that's, like, cool. I don't care necessarily, like, what type of style it is. I mean, it's cool if it's, like, it's something I can learn from, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, for the most part, when I'm playing a game, like, I don't necessarily want to see, you know, like, fucking roundhouse, and then lunge punch. No, it's like, I want to see motherfuckers shoot beams out of their hands, teleport in the sky, fly around. Like, that's what I like, you know? And I like the really complex fighters, too. Not, like, the games themselves, but, like, if there are specific characters within, like, a relatively simple game, like Cell is a really good example, where he's got just more options than everybody else. I like playing those characters.
So you like playing Dante in Marvel vs. Capcom?
I do, yeah, actually. So, like, and it's like, I'm not good at the characters.
Yeah,
but,
no.
I like the fact that there are more options. It's like why I play Riven as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just because, like, there's so much more you can do, and there's always something you can get better at. That it's like, it's always intriguing.
I can see that.
Plus, she pulls a big ass carrot out of nowhere and fucks you with it.
Yeah, that's always wonderful. Hey, Deshaun, what's yours?
Well, it probably would have been boxing or taekwondo, but it's definitely capoeira is in there because of all the capoeira fighters, and especially like bullshit ones like Eddie or Christy or Elena. I think it's just beautiful how a lot of games are really willing to go that extra mile to have characters that are constantly moving, are constantly swaying back and forth.
Because that's a lot of idle animation work.
And they're usually fun to learn too. Like once you actually learn to play those characters, you're like you know, it really feels like you're performing. It's almost like more of a dance than a fighting game.
Because those styles typically have stances in order to make them work properly. So you actually have to transition to each stance before you can do your next couple moves.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But that gives you options. The only fucked up thing is that you gotta wait for yourself to get in the stance, or you gotta do a move that'll force you into the stance before you can do anything else. You gotta set yourself up for your own options.
I was gonna say
stance.
What?
Yeah, this is the stance.
This is the yeah. Isn't there like a thing in the game where it's you can only do things off of certain parts of the animation?
Yeah, like in Tekken, for Eddie, there's some stuff you can only do on his left foot and some stuff you can only do on his right foot.
Yeah, which is I think is insane. Gaming.
That's Tekken for you, dude. Like
yeah,
Tekken is all about the stances a lot of times. Like when you play Hwoarang, he's like you can only do stuff with like a low guard stance. You can only do stuff from like some stuff you can only do with your back facing your opponent.
Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, you have 80 moves to learn. 20 for this stance, 20 for that.
Yep.
I mean, which is the character that does Taekwondo in Tekken?
Hwoarang and his master Baekdo.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But Hwoarang has like a more Bike has is it Bike or Bake? I'm not sure. It's some Korean, but he's more like traditional Taekwondo, and Hwoarang is more like kicking you up in the air and doing a backflip and then kicking you while you're up in the air and shit like that.
So yeah, no, I'm too fat.
His is a little more free form. His is a little more like almost more like street fighting.
Yeah,
but you can still see the forms and what he's doing. He still has like the setups and stuff, and he still has like the traditional moves that you can do that are usually easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, traditional moves are not as useful.
yeah, especially when you're fighting a dude who can fly up in the air and shoot lasers at you.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like, what are you gonna do against that? Like, grab the laser?
Right. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking pull a Goku, just Kamehameha the shit out of it.
You're not wrong. If I could grab a laser, I would.
Okay, real talk. Can we just take 1 second to talk about how the main character of Dragon Ball has never had any actual fighting training?
What do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean?
Let's talk about the fact that he hasn't actually learned forms from anyone.
What? Wait, Goku? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You are insane.
No, I'm not. I literally
Master Roshi literally taught him.
Master Roshi didn't teach him any forms. Go back and read all of Dragon Ball.
Him and Krillin have the same form because they learned it from Master Roshi.
Yeah. He didn't teach him any fighting moves.
In the montage, he did.
No, he didn't.
And they trained with King Kai.
King Kai didn't teach him
everybody else.
Oh, he did Kaioken and Spirit Bomb, but he didn't teach him any fundamentals. Like, Goku's fundamentals literally came from his grandpa.
You really think in those montages they're going to show him for hours learning each fundamental stance?
There's literally a panel in the manga where Roshi says where they say that he should teach them fighting now, and Roshi says, "I have nothing to teach you."
Because he's already learned it.
No, he literally just taught them like fucking conditioning stuff.
Okay.
Like, so I understand that it's stuff that's useful for the fights, but he never actually taught them any actual stances or techniques.
Take this super non-intelligent intelligence alien and fight them. Guess what? His body is adapting to your fighting style the entire time you're fighting Goku. That's what they're trained to do.
No, I'm not saying...
Goku absolutely learned stuff from...
learned
stances in his fighting
style.
He's like,
hey, look,
literally like...
This is
I'm not saying Goku's bad at fighting.
Gi,
what I'm saying is that he's never actually had someone teach him fighting stances.
That is teaching him. Have you ever got your ass beat in a fighting game and then learned to counter it next game?
That is completely different.
No, it is not.
Look, Kaz, I know how to break a human skull now because I've been jumped enough times. No one in my Taekwondo class taught me that. There is a fucking difference. That is what I'm pointing out.
But you learned it. That's what we're trying to say is you learned it.
But I am making a different statement.
You self-taught yourself how to do it.
I'm not saying Goku hasn't self-taught himself shit. What I'm saying is that there's a fucking difference between being taught something and self-teaching yourself something. That is the point I'm making.
I don't think so when it comes to a teacher-student relationship.
Especially when a teacher is literally right there standing next to you and you're learning the stuff. Like even if he's not directly telling you it, if you're doing the moves in front of him and you take a stance, like when Goku learned the Kamehameha wave, he didn't just learn that out of thin air. He watched Master Roshi do it. That's him teaching him how to do it. He didn't directly do it, but he learned to do it from him.
Except he did do it out of thin air. He was just like, can I try this? Boom.
But did he not just learn?
He learned it.
Did he not see Master Roshi do it? Did he not take Master Roshi's form and do it?
There's a fucking.
Did he not learn that form from Master Roshi?
No, if he were like, that dude over there is doing something cool. I wonder if I could do it.
That is literally what fucking happened.
Versus, hey, my teacher's doing a thing and showing me how to do a thing. I wonder if I could do that.
Oh my god. Roshi wasn't his teacher right then. This is literally the first time Roshi's introduced.
Anyway, I don't know how to explain.
I don't either.
I don't know how to explain it to you because they don't just magically have those forms out of nowhere. Krillin and Goku have the exact same form, so they don't just magically learn that out of nowhere. The same form that Master Roshi takes whenever he fights. So I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
They super do. They do because if you watch if you watch their fight in the tournament, they have the same stance and they start fighting.
And then let's look at Krillins.
And doesn't Yamcha have a very similar stance too?
No, Yamcha has the Wolfang Fist.
Yamcha has the Wolfang Fist, and then you just the Kamehameha Wave just cause.
Just cause, yeah. I do.
I bet Master Roshi could beat Yamcha in a fight. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, that would be hilarious to watch.
It depends on what stance you're looking at for Goku.
I could understand that though, because Goku has learned way more than Krillin has.
Yeah, because he's just a better fighter in general.
Yeah,
because like there is one picture where they have the same stance, but like every other time Goku's like more traditional, like the Vegeta one, you know?
Yeah,
like that's the stance that he does in most stuff, which is a lot lower than Krillin's, because Krillin's is like standing straight up.
I mean, Krillin can't really get too much lower.
All right, but so what's your favorite like fighting play style in games like Rushdown or grapplers or stuff like that?
I'm probably a Rushdown. I like Rushdown shit. I like pressuring him and
Now, do you like the conventional Rushdown characters, or do you like setup Rushdown or?
Probably conventional. I like just running at a dude, just whooping his ass. Gotcha. But I don't mind like who was I thinking of? Because I literally was just thinking of somebody a second ago. Is it Raven? Master Raven? No, he's not really Rushdown. He's like a weird trickster-esque motherfucker.
Gotcha.
I also like characters that kind of like that have specialties in like parrying.
Okay.
Like Steve Fox is a really good parry. That in Tekken that lets you sidestep at the same time. The traditional Shoto parry that fucking Ryu and them do is pretty cool.
I've always been one for the well-rounded Rushdown, or nope, just always well-rounded Rushdown is it's been my thing. I like to be able to do block string setups.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, there's nothing. What's wrong with that? Shifty eyes.
Nothing online because you forget I'm your friend and I want to play the game too.
I don't give two shits about that. Look, friendship, my little sister, anybody, you can come catch these hands.
Crushed. Don't hold back for nobody.
That's the one issue I have, is that I can't teach people fighting games at some point. Like, I'll teach you up to the point till we start saying, okay, we're just going to play now. Until from point A to point B, I'll teach you. From point B and forward, we're done teaching. It's just beating your ass now.
Yeah.
So now you can't learn from fights, is that what you're saying?
You've learned to play. You've learned to play. Now you need to learn to lose.
Yep. That's my strategies for everything.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here's the basics. Here's what you need to know. All right, this is your basic combo strings. You got that down. Okay, you now have a combo that you can do against me. I don't feel bad that I beat your ass.
Yeah. You now have a weapon, which means this is an even fight.
But like,
gives the dude a stick and you pull out a fucking M16.
Right, yeah.
Why am I blocking still? You'll enjoy the corner.
To be honest, like I I enjoy myself a fucking German suplex, but I fucking hate grapplers.
Yeah, all right. I can 100% agree with you. I can enjoy a Azuma drop from the air. That's like if you ever get a character that can air grab and do an Azuma drop from there.
But that's more a ninja thing. That's more like ninja characters.
Well, I mean, ninja characters do it, but so do what's it called, Hager.
Yeah, true. But I mean, but his is
well, I guess
his is more like
it's more of just
more a pile driver.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more of an air pile driver.
Yeah. Because what's his name? Rock Lee does a fucking Azuma drop.
Yeah.
Oh, is that his
bandages?
Garage? Yeah.
The forward lotus. Yeah. Yeah, but you like Raven has one. What's his fucking name in DOA? Who is also in Ninja Gaiden.
You know who I can't stand? Rushdown grapplers.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Like Mika.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and Laura. God, I fucking hate those two.
Now, I've seen more Laura's kick your ass online than I think I've seen any other character.
When fucking Laura first came out, when SF5 first came out, she was like my main. I was like, I am going to learn to use her. She is fucking awesome.
She's fucking irritating.
She's like, because you know what, she combined like my two favorite things. Well, she combined my normal playstyle with a playstyle I never really used. So I was like, okay, this is a good chance to learn.
Hit, dash in, play rock, paper, scissors, motherfucker. Hit, dash in, play rock, paper, scissors, motherfucker. It's just, God, I fucking hate that loop of rock, paper... Like, that's why I need to stop playing Street Fighter, because I just hate rock, paper, scissors, and that's all Street Fighter is.
Well, Street Fighter, it's like the basics, you know? Yeah, it's like the most simple of all the fighters.
I know, that's why I need to stop playing it. I can't...
Yeah, play a real man's game.
I play Blaze Blue now.
Like Blaze Blue Tag Battle.
Fuck you.
Yeah, play a real man's game with all these anime girls. Come on.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's just I can't stand. Like, I'm okay with grapplers. I'm not okay with grapplers that can keep up with my rushdown speed. Because they just get everything. I know they don't, but I feel like they just get everything for free.
Yeah, it does seem like that when you're having a hard time trying to counter them and fight them. Because
like I mean,
eventually you're like, oh, I kind of know how to get out of this character's grabs or just stay out of their zone.
Yeah,
stay out of their range.
Like against the character I was talking about, priority to the character earlier. I figured out that there's a thing that my friend does. It's part of his block string, but there's a small gap between where he does his flipping overhead, right? And you can just bunny hop over that and punish it every single time. But you have to do it on the first 3 startup frames rather than actually see it come out. So sometimes you'll still get punished either way. But it's a new option that allows me to beat his ass, which is wonderful.
I don't like characters that are in the game despite the fact that the engine is not tailored to have them there.
Like Elena?
Well, like, again, the only
in SF3,
the only real characters the only real game that I have experience with is Dragon Ball, right? But because of how jumps work in Dragon Ball and how you can't block during your first, how many frames does it cost?
I want to say 5.
Yeah, there are times when characters like Broly or 16 will just you'll try to jump to get out of the grab because you know it's coming because people do the exact same fucking setups.
But they're fucking huge.
But because they hit you during the first 5 frames, they just get a free hit.
Now, so there's ways to deal with that, actually.
My point isn't that there isn't ways to deal with that.
It's just that it's annoying. It's a pain in the ass to deal with.
You're right.
It's not even like, oh, I'm going to push up and then hold back. No, it's like I'm pushing jump back. It's just, that's just not how the game functions.
But they just already got you by the time
because the goal for that situation is to force them to stay grounded, so they have to even grab.
Yeah, well, it's like, and especially with Broly, whose grab is fucking ginormous.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the properties of it, because there are some times where you'll be crouch blocking and it will whiff, and there's sometimes where you'll be crouch blocking with the same character and it's the same grab. I know he has 4 grabs that look exactly the same, but I know it's the same fucking one, and it'll hit, and I just don't know why.
It also could be that the first time when you were blocking it, you were in block stun, and you can't grab someone while they're in block stun.
Maybe, but I've been hit essentially I've been hit by the same combos, and it's been inconsistent, and I don't know why.
I got you.
I'm sure there's a very scientific numbers reason for it. I just personally don't know why.
If you went and brought up the frame data, you could figure it out.
I was literally about to say, learn the frame data.
Yeah,
there's an app for that.
Exactly. I could do that, but I don't. There's no visual indicator, and that's what annoys me.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, hey, Derek, what's your favorite play style? Because me and Deshaun are both just basic ass bitches and like to play Rushdown.
It depends on the day. It's like in League. Sometimes I like to play Assassin. Sometimes I like to play Control Mages. Sometimes I like to play Teemo.
I guess.
I think it depends a lot on the character.
Okay.
So, for example, Cell is a pressure character, right?
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying pressure characters more in Dragon Ball, but it opens up a lot of my weaknesses.
Gotcha.
And especially since in Dragon Ball there's no actual legit control character. Closest you get is Frieza.
Because you don't cover your approach, do you?
Not as often as I should.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Yeah, well, it's I've just been learning to super dash less randomly and just walk towards them.
Yeah.
The amount of pressure you can exude by simply just walking towards somebody in that game is hilarious.
Hey, Derek, you remember when I do that to you?
Yeah, now I jab you. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
Are you walking close to me? I gotta get close to you to kick your ass.
So, I mean, it depends. I'd say, on average, I like characters that are... I guess Rushdown is, the best way to describe them. I like Ibuki in Street Fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But mostly just because she's flashy. So...
Yeah.
And, her super is cool.
Okay.
Even if she was, a zoner with her kunai and she just stayed on the side of the screen and, threw them out and was, running away, I'd probably still enjoy her just because she's flashy. So...
Yeah. So, what I'm hearing is you like mix-up characters.
Not even... I mean, yes, I suppose it's part of it, because usually those are the more complex ones.
Yep.
But, even if they're not super complex, just as long as it looks fucking cool.
Gotcha. So you're just, flashy.
Yeah.
My play style is flash.
Flashy.
Yeah. It's is there the most flashy character, and do they have anime hair and a sword? That's probably my character. The one character that I think that I've played that isn't like that is Ragna in Blaze Blue.
Yep.
My one guy I ever played in Blaze Blue, because I perfected Jordan that one time.
Yeah, and that's just because he has a big fucking anime sword.
Yeah.
So it's just
his alternate colors are literally Ichigo.
Oh, really?
He has the alternate colors that are black. His clothes are black, his hair is orange, and his sword is black. His sword is the weird
black
color it is.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
My character has always been who has the most fun combo to do that isn't too ridiculously hard to do. So for
so easy scrub characters, basically.
No, not easy, because the opposite.
16.
Yeah.
Well, 16 is one of them because the main reason why is because I like the whole fact that you dunk someone, pick them back up, dunk them again, pick them back up, dunk that motherfucker again, and then hit them with Hell's Blast!
Isn't it Hell's Flash?
I don't know what he says.
Okay.
I just love the fact that he takes his goddamn arms off. And
it's pretty awesome.
And it's something I can do while I play. Because, man, oh man, whenever I level 3 someone, I put my arms in my armpits and act like I'm ripping my hands off. Every fucking time.
I have PTSD whenever I see 16s on ladder, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Oh my god,
my 16 is disgusting.
It's so fucking stupid.
Everyone's 16 is disgusting.
No,
16 is disgusting.
Cause is better than most of the ones I play on ladder. And mind you, I'm where the average player is right now. So
the thing about 16 and my mentality with him is if you play 16 like he's a Street Fighter character, he is disgustingly strong. Because if you get someone in the corner, you just put on the pressure. You do your 7,000 mix-ups into rock, paper, scissors, into rock, paper, scissors, into rock, paper, scissors. Oh, you decided to jump this one time, you're dead. Oh, you decided to block this one time, you're dead.
Holy shit, you know what I just thought about? They should have, if you try to use his self-destruct bullshit on Cell, it should just not work. he should just get killed.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I'd be down for that.
They both just end up with 1 HP.
I love little like game little specific things like that because in even in Tekken, if you try to kick like Nina has a move where she kicks your character in the balls, right? But if you try to kick Brian in the balls, he doesn't do anything. He just laughs.
That is absolutely hilarious.
I love shit like that. I love little goofy things like that. Just like here's a character specific thing where it just doesn't fucking work. So don't even try it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say in League, Leona does 1 less damage to people with sunglasses or things that cover their eyes.
Yeah, they might have patched that out.
Oh, did they? Because
I don't know.
I've seen people live because of that.
The last I've seen of it was that it was still in the game, but I feel like the way that Riot is moving the game forward, they should take it out because it's an inconsistent
Yeah, but
thing.
it's just I think it's just hilarious. It's wonderful.
No, I fucking love it. I love flavor like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But 16 is just he's an absolute monster and so much fun to play him and just like make people panic.
I'm just so glad that every 16 does the same combo.
Oh yeah,
and
I
can just down block it and then 2H when they come at me.
Because it's the safest combo he has that doesn't put him in the open if he misses.
Yeah, dude. Okay, you know what? No, fuck armor characters. Okay, just fuck them. They should not exist.
All right, so I might want to change. I might want to change my answer for playstyles though. It's whatever makes people panic the most in corners.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude, fuck armor characters.
I mean, I love Broly. Broly just has like one of the worst big special finishers ever. It's like that big ass energy ball he drops down and rarely ever works unless your opponent is a fucking idiot and just stays on the ground.
But before the patch, you could do it into itself.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and like you can combo into it, and also that thing does.
But he's just so fucking slow. By the time you're getting ready to do it, the person's already recovering, and you gotta combo the shit out of the person to do it.
Yeah, but it also I think it's the most damaging level 3 in the game besides Spirit Bomb.
It is. It's fucking massive.
Yeah, that shit's gross.
Brawly had one of the first single character touch deaths.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was playing ranked this last week on ladder. I got the level 3 charge Spirit Bomb into the level 3 super.
Nice.
And he was at like 75%. It one shot him.
Nice.
Yeah. I never thought I'd pull it off.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Base Goku is. By the way, that's another fucking thing that pisses me off. Base Goku's Kaioken is super fucking consistent about when it hits people.
Yeah, it is.
That are sliding.
I've noticed that.
And I'm sure some frame data, blah blah blah. I could look it up, whatever.
Yo, look, we are in pools and we are drowning. Do you really think we're gonna get out of this shit by looking stuff up?
Like a frame data?
Yeah, well, it's like I know that there is an answer somewhere, but I want to know why it's not more apparent strictly by playing the game.
I got you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like
I mean, that's how any media is these days. There's always more underneath that you gotta look up.
Yeah.
Like even like TV shows or whatever, even Dragon Ball, like the Dragon Ball lore itself, like half this shit is in there. Like they don't tell you half this shit in the actual shows or anything, but if you look it up, it's there. So there's always something, especially with Dragon Ball. Always something you just gotta find and look up.
Yeah.
And figure out yourself because they can't just tell you.
Yeah, but still, just like I don't know, especially with games. I feel like I don't need to know all the lore or anything, but like I should know everything about the game strictly by playing the game. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like I still don't know. Like there are sometimes when their feet are up in the air, like they're sliding, their feet are up in the air, and I land as Base Goku and I Kaioken and I whiff. And sometimes their feet are on the ground, they're lying like fucking down teching, and I hit them, and I just don't know what the difference is.
So all I know is with the combo that you do is very similar to the same combo that I do with Yamcha. If you don't start putting the input for the super in the air, that way when you land it automatically goes off. It will miss.
I mean, like I've done that, and I've also had it where I've landed and then done the thing and it's hit, and it's just inconsistent.
I got you.
Yeah. Admittedly, fuck Yamcha, but
man, like I am so pissed that my team that I like happen to be like some of the best characters in the game. Like,
yeah, admittedly,
it wasn't
the only. Go ahead.
it wasn't the fact that I chose characters that were good. For once in my life, I just got top tier characters on my first pick.
Yeah, and it's like, admittedly, Yamcha and Super Saiyan Goku weren't top tier until some other nerfs happened.
Yeah.
And like 16 is no longer quote unquote top tier.
No, but like what I'm trying to say, like at least they're good though. Like they're viable.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't mind Super Saiyan Goku and Yamcha as much because Super Saiyan Goku is very straightforward, and you know what to expect.
Yeah, he's like the Shoto of the game. He's just the guy that
I originally wanted Cell, not Goku, but people, aka Deshaun, were like, "Hey, you're playing Cell. You're one of those motherfuckers."
Oh yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll play Goku."
You can pick up Cell now, though. He's not as good.
Yeah,
and like Yamcha, even though he's good and like he's not simple. You know, like there's a lot of stuff you have to think about, which I don't mind in a character. I don't mind if they're I don't mind if a character's like even OP to the point, but like they need to be you need to be able to think about what you're doing first. Yeah. And I think that's like Yamcha's good at that, even though I think he's a little bit too strong.
He's a little too fast, I think. But
I just suck at blocking. I'm pretty sure it's just a B problem.
It's not just a U problem. It's just one of those things where it's like if you aren't used to Yamcha, you're gonna get beat out by his teleports and stuff.
Yeah, and
that's all.
And then fuck 16.
And yeah, obviously you hate that man. Yeah. I need to put him as my point. I really need to put him as my point in Yamcha's.
Oh, please do. I want to kill him off.
Well, I mean, there's a chance you're gonna kill him off, but there's also the chance that I'm just gonna beat your ass.
I mean, maybe.
I know, right? Anyways, yeah. All right. What's your favorite type of video game? Let's go ahead and shy away from these fighting games we've been talking about the entire time.
Oh, my favorite type.
Favorite type of video game.
I mean, anything that's like a third-person action game where I could just see my character do shit.
Gotcha.
Like Devil May Cry or Dark Souls,
Bayonetta,
shit. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
How do you feel about Gears?
Gears of War?
Yeah.
Not really too into that.
I just knew it was the same camera style, so I didn't know.
I think if it was like if the aesthetic of the actual game was different, I'd be more into Gears. But I'm not into like the big buff dudes with chainsaws ripping apart aliens.
Gotcha.
It just seems kind of generic to me. Like Doom already did it, so who cares?
Gotcha.
But I guess Doom is first person, so it's just trying to fill that void.
Yeah, you can fuck with the camera, I'm sure, make it third person.
Yeah. Right, there's a lot of third person aspects of Gears.
Yeah.
You got anything, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day when I was 12 and hopped up on sugar, I really liked playing shooters.
Shooters?
Yeah, just shooters in general. And well, like, you know, I was really like good back at COD back in the day.
Did you always have to clean your controllers off with Cheeto dust?
My mom didn't let me have Cheetos.
Oh, well, that sucks.
I got grapes.
No Mountain Dew?
Nah, I actually mostly drank water back then. But yeah, I used to really like shooters. Nowadays, I'm not as good at them. So I feel like I used to be like insanely good, and now I'm just like pretty shitty. So I always feel like even worse playing shooters. So I've been focusing more on strategy games recently, and like not even so much MOBAs, but like legitimate like card games or chess or
we should play some chess sometime.
Fuck no, I suck.
I mean, so do I.
Like turn-based strategy games. So, like those are like more RPGs. I guess I'm getting into now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's about it.
I used to when I was a kid. I was more into RPGs. Like, you know, FF and
when I had more time. When I had more time and was an adult, I would play the shit out of RPGs.
I guess I'm just like I feel like I can feel myself getting older, and it's like even though my reaction time isn't insanely bad, it's just worse than it was when I was younger, and so I feel super slow. It's like the same reason I don't drink. You know?
I feel like my reaction times have gone way faster.
My reaction times have gotten better if I know what's coming, but if I don't know what's coming...
How old are you, Cameron?
I'm 23, turning 24.
Yeah, your reaction time is on the down slope now.
It's going to be, yeah. I'm just saying, like...
No, I mean, it is now. You're already at the age where that starts to happen.
Fair enough. But, nevertheless.
Yeah. But you know what game you don't gotta worry about your reaction time in?
What?
a little RPG I like to call Golden Sun.
Damn it!
Oh, I knew it. I knew that's where we were going with this. God damn it, Deshaun.
That was... Look, I think that's my... Real shit, though, that is, like, my favorite RPG. It's nice and simple. It's got cool elements in it. It's got, like, the the genie system. Look, man, it's a good game. Play it. Get your hands on a copy. Get an emulator.
All right, we're just gonna gloss over that shit. I think my favorite kind of games are probably puzzle games or fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my two favorite types of games.
That's like a huge like.
I mean,
those games are so very different.
I mean, it's not like he likes this. All right. His favorite puzzle game is a competitive puzzle game, though.
Well, I mean, my favorite one is, but I also like Tetris, which is not competitive until '99 came out.
Yeah.
And now
there are other Tetris games.
There are other battle Tetris games, but I mean, none of them really were like as fun as just playing Tetris.
There was never a battle royale Tetris game until fucking Tetris 99.
I mean, the battle Tetris that they had was fun, but it wasn't. The rules weren't exactly defined. Like there's a whole combo system and Tetris system, and I don't know if there was a T-spin system because I don't really do T-spins that much because I'm not that good. But just do you not know what T-spins are?
I mean,
I'll look it up later.
I know what T-spin is. It's like that weird it's like the row of the T-shaped, like that only the T-shaped which can fit through.
So what a T-spin is a magical turn which forces your piece into a deeper section.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know the name for it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I saw some shit that was like
light arrows. T-spin column.
They're the people who think they're pros who do T-spins, and then there are people who are actually pros who don't give a fuck about doing T-spins and just clear the fucking screen.
Yeah. Like it also depends on what you're looking for, because I think Tetrises give more points. So like if you're going for point base, you do Tetris back to back to back to back to back to back to back, because I believe those give more points. But T-spins is a great way to fix problems.
It's also a great way to show off.
Yeah, it's also very true. It's also in Tetris 99, T-spins actually give more lines to send over.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, like I just enjoy like all types of puzzle games and just puzzles in general, like solving puzzles and stuff like that. That's why I think I like fighters so much, is because a lot of the times when like I can't figure out how to beat something, I treat it as a puzzle. And then
lame.
Fuck you.
Cliche.
I mean, sure.
Don't you know fighting is like a puzzle? Don't you know fighting is like a dance? Don't you know fighting is like doing a math test?
I mean,
fighting is like punching someone in the face.
It's fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting is fighting. Exactly. Thank you.
Okay, Deshaun, there's a difference between fighting and playing a goddamn video game.
You mean a video game where you're fighting?
No. I mean playing a video game. If I go out and punch someone in the face and then have to be like, ooh, how do I counter this? And not actually know how to counter it, I'm not going to get anything done but beat the shit out of.
I mean, like, real fights, to an extent, are very much like that.
It's a mind game.
Yeah, but it's like, how fast can I end this fight? Usually, it's breaking someone's appendage. You know?
Yeah.
But that's not a puzzle, that's just problem solving.
Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of a puzzle. It's like, which elbow is less likely to be useful?
But it's not like, alright, I'm going to catch his punch here, and then he's going to strike with a kick, and then I'm going to catch his kick here, then he's going to strike with this, and that's when I'll make my move.
Yeah.
It's not like that. That would be more of a puzzle aspect.
I guess, yeah.
No, fights have too much of a random element to them.
Yeah.
Like you got to adapt real quick to them.
In a fighting game, there's this thing called frame data, which basically makes it like, all right, I can do this when he does this, and I can do this when he does this. So now I just have to look for this and this and this, and then if he does one of those things, I counter with this, this, or this. And you just let the puzzles pieces fall into place.
I guess I could see that.
That's how I take fighting games.
I guess I take fighting games more like actual fights.
Yeah, that's probably your problem.
Yeah, well, because it's like in an actual fight, if you block something or you catch something, like that's and using game terms here, like that's your turn to punish. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's no block stun or anything. Like I can block with one arm and punch with the other.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So
like, and there's no block stun in real life.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like maybe if you get hit hard enough,
yeah.
You know,
yeah. I was gonna say punch them in the gut nice and hard, and they'll recoil.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, in real life, especially in the fights that I've been in where the people haven't been trained, you know, they come at you with one punch, and then it doesn't connect, and they go, oh shit, and then they come out with the other arm, and you already know that's coming, because that's how all untrained people fight, is one arm, and then the other, and then a leg, and then you sweep the final leg and crack their head on the pavement. Like, that is 90% of fights right there.
I don't understand why people don't just jab. Like people are
because the jab is the most powerful weapon in a fighter's arsenal.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I can throw something out and not get retaliated against right away. Okay.
I had one dude who did that to me, knocked him out in one punch.
Yeah, well,
he jabbed at me. I fucking pushed it out of the way, pushed him off balance, and I hit him in the nose.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. This all right, this man lives in Streets of Rage. We need to end this podcast before he gets jumped again.
Right, yeah. I can hear the boss fight music starting.
Oh no, wait.
Little cat turns into like some Neko girl and starts eating your ass.
Fucking Incineroar.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious. Oh. Come into the podcast next week, you guys will never believe what happened. Got my ass beat by Incineroar. Oh, when did you buy a Switch? No. You don't understand.
My cat suplexed me on the ground and said, no one will ever believe you.
You know, honestly, the way she looks at me sometimes, I wouldn't even doubt it.
Alright, Derek, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitch and YouTube at Came in Second, and at Twitter at real_CIS.
Alright, and Deshaun, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter at Mr. Urban Buddha, and find me on Twitch at The Urban Buddha.
All right. You know, Deshaun, for whatever reason, you're the only person when we start this podcast that I never know whether to call you Mr. Urban Buddha or Deshaun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can call me whatever, dude.
I know, but I'm like, I know you I've known you for like what 6, 7, 8, 9 years,
something like that.
And I still like always struggle to not call you Mr. Urban Buddha when we talk online.
That's just every like nothing has my real name on. Like nothing has ever had my real name on.
All right,
except for like my Instagram, I think. But
yeah, and you can find me at I Press the Buttons on Twitch, and I Press the space buttons on YouTube, and then at Cameron Snowden on Twitter. And thanks for watching. And as always,
play Golden Sun.
See you guys next time.
All right.